to play board games. What's the subject? Or I'm sorry, it says I likes to play board games. I corrected it in my head. What's the subject, Anastasia? I. What's the verb?
Like,
Play
board game.
Likes. Do they match?
Yeah.
No. So you should have put no. We would have corrected it to I like to play board games. We watch movies or play games. What's the subject, Connor?
We
And what's the verb?
watch movies.
Watch. Right. So do they match?
Yeah.
We watch. We match. So 19 should have been yes. Remember, we're starting at the bottom and going up. Should have been yes.
I accidentally did the first one.
Number 18, on rainy days, our classes stay inside. This one's a little tricky. What's the subject? This is a tricky one. Let's see if we got it. Zane,
No.
what's the subject?
On.
On is not the subject. Who or what is this sentence about, Juliana?
Rainy days.
Actually, no. I know you would have thought that because that's at the very beginning of the sentence. But what's the subject? What is it, Anthony? Our classes, yes. Our classes is the subject. What's the verb, Anthony?
Rainy.
No, the verb follows the subject. Our classes
Stay inside.
stay. Stay is a verb. Do they match?
Yeah.
Yes. 18 should have been yes.
So far, I got all
17. All students must share the basketballs. What's the subject, Fernando?
Student. All students.
All students. What's the verb? What's the verb, Fernando? Go ahead.
Basketball.
Basketballs is a noun.
Like the basketball.
No, the basketballs, that's a noun. That's a thing.
Like my share.
Right. Share. Do they match?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 17 should have been yes. Number 16. We is allowed to take 3 balls to recess. What's the subject? What's the subject, Juliana? What's the verb? Juliana? What? We is allowed to take 3 balls to recess. What's the subject of our? Is that correct? Do they match? No. We would have corrected it if it asked us to. We are allowed.
Where is that 17?
This is 16. So 16 is no. 16 should have been no. 15, the other area are blacktop. What's the subject? What's the subject, Connor? The other area. Exactly. What's the verb, Connor? Are. Do they match?
No.
No. 15 should have been no. The other area is blacktop. We would have corrected it to is.
I only got
But
one
15
more.
is no. Number 14. One area is covered in mulch. What's the verb? Or, what's the subject, Everly?
One area.
One area. What's the verb?
Is covered.
Is. Do they match?
Yeah.
One area is covered in mulch. Do they match? Yes. 14 should have been yes. 13. My class are always first to go outside. What's the subject, Fernando?
My class.
My class. What's the verb?
First to go. Wait, always first to go.
What's the verb, Connor? Are. They almost always go hand in hand. They almost always go right next to each other. My class are always. Do they match?
No.
No. We could have said my class is always first to go outside. Number 12, if I miss my homework, I only get 15 minutes. What's the subject, Anastasia? I. Good job. What's the verb? Yes. Yeah, we can go with that. So, does it match?
No.
No.
That sentence was kind of tricky at it.
Yeah, that's the one that really messes with you, doesn't it? Number 11, students get 30 minutes for recess. Oh, you can't even see it. Students get 30 minutes for recess. What's the subject? What's the subject, Pablo?
Students.
Students, what's the verb?
Recess.
15 minutes.
Students is the subject, gets is the verb. Do they match? No. Students get 30 minutes for recess. They blows their whistle when recess is over. What's the subject, Everly? They, what's the verb?
Is.
Not quite.
What?
What are they doing? Right, they blows. Blows is the verb. Do they match?
No.
No. All right, so for the rest of them, I'm just going to go over them quickly. I'm just going to